Hello and welcome to the Ask Aviator podcast / live stream, episode number 48, take 2. This time with 2 visits from the cable company, innumerable hours spent trying to make it work, and finally they grounded our cable box, which it wasn't.
Hallelujah.
Ran a new cable line, and now instead of getting 60 to 100 megabits down and 1 to 2 up when we were paying for 400 down and 25 up, we're getting 400 down and 25 up.
It's a miracle.
It feels good, baby.
It feels good.
My name is Eric Farewell. You guys may or may not know me. If you don't, more power to you, and I'm really thrilled for you. You haven't had to watch the thousands of hours of video that are around about butt fans and other fun stuff. This is my wife.
Hi, I'm Nell.
Nell is the co-host of these COVID editions.
Yes.
Tonight is proof that it is not quite yet sunset, and it looks almost flyable, which is making my heart hurt un poquito. We may end up doing the show at either like 5 p.m. next week or at like 9 p.m. next week, because we're going to have some really special guests with us from the shop. I'm so excited. It's going to be good. I'm excited to get back to more normalcy. We've been back in operation at our shop for a month teaching, and things are going really well, and we're happy. And now we're going to move the show back to the shop because we have a whole bunch of guests next week, including Dave from Paramotor Crazy, I think Andrew Fuller, I think Ribbon Riding. There's like a ton of people. Yeah.
It's going to be a party.
Yeah, a pate. So this week's show is going to be kind of what you guys have seen from us the last 3 months, which is either an interview or an opportunity to just connect and to answer your questions about paramotors. If you guys get bored of this and we don't have enough questions, we will cut over to an after show on Zoom. I will share the link and we'll leave that in the recording because people seem to enjoy watching after shows, so we'll do that as well. But long story short, it's been quite a week. We've got 8 new students at Lake Wales, 6 new aviators at X35 in Denellen. Give a huge shout out to all the instructors. They've just been absolutely crushing it. I'm going to bump our volume up just a little bit. All right. RIP all the headphone users. But so things are coming along, guys. We are excited. Started to make some big plans. I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to read the newsletter today, but we actually today released our first ever sale. So if you have been waiting to buy yourself some sweet Aviator merch, for you or your bride, your girlfriend, yourself, whatever, all of our merch is on sale for 25% off. A bunch of air conception parts, Moster silencers. I'm trying to think what else. We already sold out of the Fly Products riders with the Atom 80s. Those were $1,200 off. We have a couple of Fly Products Eclipse 185s left, I believe. Those I think are $500 off. So lots of good options for you guys. If you want to check out our sale, go to shop.aviatorppg.com for our first ever sale. We're just getting rid of some excess inventory. We've got a whole bunch of used wings up there as well. But I want to take a moment just to say thank you and hello to everyone who's with us live right now. Washington Fly, good to see you. America and F3A. Crazy Uncle Bob, thanks for the $5, my friend. Ripman Riding. JP Tulo. Slow Days. Craig Couch. 009er. And of course, Dave Aller. Skip Noel, good to see you, sir. Always a pleasure. Martin Auclair. Blue Aviator coffee mug. Here's the problem. I had to buy 500 mugs at a time. So we still have some red ones left.
So if you want to buy all the red ones first, next batch is blue.
I like the way she
heard
thinks.
It here first.
I like the way she thinks. We do have Roadrunner shipping out right now. If you guys saw the Roadrunner video on Monday, and we have a new filmmaker who's been helping us out. He'll be hopefully willing to help us on next Tuesday with a live stream from the shop.
Yeah.
His name is Reese. Reese is from Nolan's. And he's a private pilot, a skydiver, a quad pilot, like RC pilot, you name it. And he's about to be learning to fly paramotors, as is his wife. So more lady pilots.
That's
I know.
exciting.
That's a today thing. That happened today.
That's exciting.
Today was a little chaotic. Needless to say. Jim Sierra 120 says we get played out tonight. What do you think? You going to play us out?
Sure.
There we go. You heard it here first, guys. So let's see. There was I need a Roadrunner. I got dragged for my first time on the Mojo. Eric, we've got Roadrunners in stock.
Yeah.
We ordered 20 more of them. So hopefully we'll have more like, I don't think we're completely sold. I think we have a few left on the shelf. So if you want one, get one. As for another gentleman, I'm trying to find it. Craig needs a newish B-Wing for decent dollars. Craig, what do you weigh, brother? We've got discounted, basically brand new. They've been opened Spider 3s and Roadster 330s. Brand new-ish. I mean, they're not completely brand new, but they're really close. So shout out to Glenn Tussing. Good to see you, sir. Always a pleasure. It's been a while. And yeah, this is, I mean, guys, we have dropped 0 frames in 12 minutes of being online versus last week where we dropped like all the frames within 30 seconds of being online. I am so happy right now.
If you guys only knew how ridiculously happy this makes him.
I set up the live stream at 6 o'clock tonight. At 6 o'clock, I started streaming at 6 p.m. 2 hours ago just to ensure it was working. I didn't go live, but I set it up at 2 p.m. to make sure, will it actually function? And guess what? It functions.
I want to dab so bad.
Oh, you can dab. You can also do the Dougie or whatever else you want to do. I have faith. I have faith in you. Oh, man. All right, so we've got over 50 people in here right now. And I would love to have questions from you guys. Otherwise, this can be a very short episode. So share your questions, share your thoughts. I'd love to share some of the stuff that we're working on right now, some of the things that we're looking forward to. Gosh, the last 3 months have been such an experience emotionally. I mean, I've spent more time with our family than I have in the last 8 years combined.
Yep.
Which has been extraordinarily traumatic at some points. Thanks, kids. I want to point out Paramotor Crazy Dave said, what's up, guys? I just tuned in to figure out it would take 10 minutes for Eric to figure out the technical issues. Let me just go ahead and remove that wrench. Let's see. How do I remove that? There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, that was harsh.
I waited.
On
I worked
both sides.
I worked 2 hours to make sure this would work, and we brought Spectrum Internet out here twice, and they finally fixed it yesterday. So I'm so freaking happy. So freaking happy. But the last 3 months have been an experience. They've been a learning experience for us personally and as a business, trying to find ways to pivot. In the email we sent out to our newsletter list today, which is a pretty large list. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of people on it. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I think one more thousands technically. Maybe 2. Anyway, I'm going to re-admin Dave because I can't do it. I can't do it. I love you, buddy. We asked people where they would like to learn because a lot of people are saying that they want to come and learn to fly, but they're anxious about traveling, and I can't, none of us can blame them. They don't want to hop in their car and drive for 50 hours to get here. So we actually said, okay. And so a few weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago, we announced our Pennsylvania class, August 22nd, which is either full or there are 2 seats left. We haven't decided if we're doing 6 or 8 yet. And then today we asked people for their thoughts, like where they wanted to go and train. Yeah. Holy crap, guys. You're very opinionated.
They had some ideas. It's good.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, that said, I will say this, and this is not out of anything but love for everyone watching or listening. If you live in the state of Florida and you tell us that we're not close enough, we had a gentleman, bless his heart, tell us that we weren't close enough because it's a 2-hour drive, and he didn't want to come and train because it's a 2-hour drive. And now, mind you, we've trained people from over 45 states. I think it's 47 or 48 states now, plus Puerto Rico. We've trained people from Finland, from Bangladesh, all over the world, Canada. I mean, from all over the world, right? People who've traveled. We had one of my favorites was in our first X-35 class in Denellen. The guy said, I flew over all of your competitors to get here. And I was like, that's a testament. This guy didn't want to travel the 2 hours to get here. And I said, well, hey, great news for you. We have a second location. It's 40 minutes from you, not 20 minutes. I know you wanted to be within 20 minutes. And he replied back, he goes, that's too far. I'm like, well, I'm really sorry, but everyone else disagrees with you. So if you're in Florida, drive, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did. It was pretty
20
brutal.
Minutes.
20 minutes. No, this guy literally, he says that 40 minutes is too far away. And I'm like, okay, well, apparently you're not our client.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
And I respect it. Like, if Drive time is everything. Maybe it's too far. Maybe you'll find someone closer than 40 minutes away from one of the most refined schools. I mean, like, dude, our X35 location, I'm so proud of those people there. They've done such an incredible job. It really, really is. So
I think we've missed a couple questions.
I'm sure we have. Vasily
asks, what radios are you guys using? And do you need a ham license?
So we use Baofeng radios, which if you were to use the ham frequencies on them, yes, you would be required to use a ham license. However, we use the FRS frequencies only. So it is a family radio system and not an issue. I think that's all of them.
No, there were some others.
There were more? Oh, Dennis Adventures Perapente and more. Question, anybody knows someplace to fly in New York? Yes. Send us an email, eric@aviatorppg.com. I'll be happy to introduce you to some local New York pilots. There are lots of places to fly in New York.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kevin Can Fly asked how the school has been since COVID hit. So we actually canceled a couple of classes that were scheduled during end of March
And all of April.
We're able to reschedule the students there to classes that have either happened or are happening, to classes in the future at the point that we rescheduled. So I think the biggest thing to say probably is that the instructors are so excited
Oh my goodness.
to be back teaching, doing what they love. They're just so excited, and it was the right choice to take the time off. But everybody's real happy to be back in the saddle.
And quite frankly, it was really sad. You show up to the office and it's dead. I mean, the red shop, Fletch is asleep on the couch, and that's all that's happening. And that's just awkward. It's super, super weird. So we're really, really excited. Really excited to see things come back online. We've trained, I got to do math. Math is hard. 16 and 12 is 28 people so far this month, this past month. Yeah. And so we're back to the races. 28 new aviators,
Dun, 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 dun.
including one or I think two resurgence candidates, which is pretty cool.
Slow Days asks if you can fly with the kiting wing. No.
No, it is not tested for flying. Does that mean that I won't fly it?
Yes, it means that you won't fly it.
Does it mean I won't fly it when she doesn't know about it? I'm just kidding. I have flown other kiting wings. No, I mean, it's ozone. They're super high quality, but they haven't tested it. And it has it on the side of the wing, like, please don't fly.
Did we answer this?
Yes, we did.
Okay, all right. I think I was paying attention to other questions. There was more.
There's a good one from Dave.
Yes, Dave, the recently mod restored Paramotor Crazy, asks this very serious question. All of my weather apps seem to be malfunctioning. They are all forecasting rain this weekend in Florida. How do I fix this bug?
Dave, we all know that it's going to be crappy weather because you're coming. It's solely your fault. It's penance for your sins, your very many sins.
Just stand and blow all your hot air at the weather systems. Just that's my best answer.
I love it. Let's see. I'm going to keep scrolling here and try to catch up with where we were.
You went way past. Okay.
Hey, Derek Trout. Rob File, good to see you, sir. Nick Griffith, has Eric flown backwards? As in Eric Dufour style backwards with no cage? I have to give Eric Dufour so many props. The man is an extremely talented pilot. Mm-hmm. I have lots of friends who fly air shows who are phenomenal pilots who push the edge of the envelope. And many of them push the edge of the envelope beyond where I would push the edge of the envelope. To me, the risk outweighs the reward. Is it doable? I might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't think I have the cojones that Eric Dufour does. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally comfortable not being the man that Eric is.
Well then. Where'd it go? Oh, Kevin Can Fly says, will we see Eric put out videos of personal flights anytime soon, or are we just going to see more of the school? I think I can answer this. You will see personal videos of Eric flying once Eric starts flying again.
Yeah, so
He hasn't flown in 3 months.
I haven't been able to fly paramotors because
You haven't flown since
Palm Bay.
Since Palm Bay, since the Fun Fest.
Yeah, so I was on a consistent basis. I was flying. My goal is 10 hours a week. Like that's my goal to fly every week, 10 hours, and between paramotor, airplane, everything else. And I haven't been able to meet that because we were trying to make sure that we followed all the quarantine stuff. We were trying to be respectful and responsible. I'm high risk, with the lung issues I've had my whole life, and so we're gonna take the time for our family. And we thought that would be a month. And then it became 2. And then it became 3. And then I was going in to fly on Thursday, I think it was, or Friday. And AJ's like, hey, I just sold your motor. And I was like, oh. So I'll be flying again soon. I do have other motors. They're just school motors. They aren't set up for me and my weight and my strap lengths and everything else. So I will be flying soon.
Yeah. All right. Kokati asks, regarding the Aviator kiting harness, is it good for short flights, meaning getting some air from bunny hills, or is it made for kiting only?
I would 100% recommend against any kind of flying with a non-flying rated harness. Flight rated harness is huge to me, hugely important. You can pick up an Ozone Oxygen 1 for $150 more than our kiting harness. And if you plan on doing any little bunny hops, that's what I would kite with. That's generally what I kite with. I generally choose that, even though I find it to be less comfortable, because I'm oftentimes kiting a wing that's a bit large for the wind that we're in.
Yeah. Dave wants to know why he's still watching the show.
Dave, we're not sure why we watch yours either. Thanks. For those of you guys who don't know,
he watches because he loves me.
Paramotor Nation is Dave's podcast. Is every Sunday night. It's fantastic. Great people, great guests, fantastic host, very handsome, and he will sell you some windows. Washington Fly, I appreciate you coming every week to this, my friend. When you speak in Portuguese, we can't speak Portuguese. I don't read Portuguese. I speak a tiny bit of Portuguese, but generally only when I'm drinking caipirinhas. Or eating picanha. That's about the only time. So, yeah.
Kevin Can Fly asks, what will the new motor be?
Oh, man.
What an excellent question.
Excellent question. The focus is driving me bonkers. I have to lean to here to be in focus.
Okay,
Will you fix it?
Yeah,
And I'll sit like this.
I'm way out.
Thank you. All right. So, let's see. I'll tell you when. Other way. Right. You got it. Now we're in focus.
Nailed it.
The next motor, Kevin, is going to be another. It will be another Maverick at this point. I don't see me moving away from the Maverick. I love everything about the Eclipse as far as weight goes. I love everything about the Rider as far as the harness goes. But just fit and the way it fits my body at my height, the Maverick is my go-to. She hates it. She is an Eclipse girl through and through.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But
so
that's okay. Someone had a question about the Angel Square Pro. If we sell Angel Square Pro, we do.
We don't keep them in stock because it's a pretty small market. I will probably end up with an Angel Square Pro. I don't think they're making a 140 yet. They have a 100 and a 120. Last time I looked, I'm not sure if they have a 140. So that is a tough balance for me because right now I'd fit on a 120. But I'm around 80 kilos on my own, plus motor, plus wing, plus harness, fuel.
It adds up.
So I'd rather be a little bit underweight on a reserve parachute, personally.
Yeah. American F3A asks, how possible is it to free fly on PPG wings?
That's a tough question. It depends on the wing. So I have free flown everything from a Mojo and a Universal to a Spider, Kona, all the way up to a Viper and a Freeride. So I've free flown the whole gamut of slalom wings to A wings, B wings, etc. I highly recommend free flying on a Mojo or a Kona. Those are fantastic. Spider's a little bit fast. Anything above that is very challenging and very, very responsive. Like the Viper on a low hang point harness, a true low hang point like paragliding harness, Viper and Freeride, It's actually kind of astonishing how much movement there is. It scared the pants off me the first time I launched. And like, I'm not a super, I have P3. I'm not a super experienced paragliding pilot. Like I think I qualify for my P4. So like, but still like, I'm not a pro paraglider pilot. It freaked me out because like I rolled my hips and the wingtip was like almost in the trees in Costa Rica. And I was like, that should have just initiated the turn, not been upside down, you know? So that's just one of those things.
Vertical Lines asked if students are still quarantining before they come to class.
Yeah, Mark, they are. We've relaxed the quarantine protocols somewhat just due to practicality. The first couple classes at both locations, the first class at both locations, we were incredibly intense, especially in Denellen at X35. We are still not allowing them to go to get meals and that sort of thing. So like they're not allowed to go to restaurants. I mean, they're allowed. We just tell them to reschedule. Because we're just trying to offer mutual respect. So we're offering food in-house now. So for, I think it's $28 a day, you get 3 meals a day.
Which is cheaper than going out to eat 3 meals a day pretty much. God, or at least for
especially if you go
McDonald's.
Yeah, if you go anywhere that's decent. And it's all home-cooked food pretty much. It's really, they've done an amazing job. AJ's girlfriend and Chris's girlfriend have put this whole thing together. And they're feeding people at both schools at the same time right now. So it's been a lot of effort.
009 asks, anything new on the Cosmos?
Last I heard before the COVID shutdown was that they were anticipating Cosmos stuff in September. They were expecting to be able to have the commercial release at Coupe Car, but we don't know if there is going to be a Coupe Car or not at this point. So
Daniel Jones asks a great question. Don't scroll up too far. We had so many travel plans before the virus. We did. They were good plans. Did we totally cancel them all? Or are we still going for them when things clear up? Hope is somewhat modified. But yes, to still travel, even potentially this summer and fall. Mostly fall.
Yeah, so the plan was to leave by May 15th. With the Kit Fox finished, fly out west, take the bus, the family, filmmakers, and have a phenomenal experience just doing partnerships with other YouTube channels, having a lot of fun. Like, that was the whole goal. Sadly, that goal got crushed. The Kit Fox is ready for covering, and we're anxious to see it finished. Right now, we've had to pivot Alex into a lot of the warehouse and shipping and whatnot, just because they're overwhelmed. Allie has been working her butt off. I'm super proud of her, but we wanted to make sure that she had help. So Alex has kind of pivoted a little bit away from Kit Fox for now, and we're still waiting for parts from Kit Fox that were ordered in December, that like a windscreen and boot cowl, things that we really need before we cover. So hopefully it will be finished this summer. I'm not sure if we'll take it with us, but our plan right now is to go to Pennsylvania in August for our Pennsylvania class, and then for the Lycoming County Balloon Fest Air Show, where Paradigm's performing. And then most likely, at this point right now, we're kind of kicking around the idea of going out west. There are some places we want to check out for potential long-term filming projects. Like, I would really, I don't want to give away too much.
But of course, all of this is subject to whatever is happening
all around the world and here, and it's all subject to change, but
all subject to change.
One of the things that we realized, and I'm going to bring this up tomorrow, we have a meeting with our managers, all of our team. We were looking at a triangle, which is the idea of where you land within your goals. So like our triangle at Aviator is mission. The mission is helping people overcome their fears through flight, adventure, and that's just getting out there and doing things that scare you a little bit and make you push yourself to do more. And then sales to drive the whole thing. And right now we're kind of falling in between the mission and the sales. We've been working really hard to make sure that we have enough sales to accomplish our mission, but we've been so mission focused, building out the new school, building out the new instructors, getting everyone prepared, and putting the systems in place to allow it to work, that we've kind of abandoned a lot of the adventure side.
It's been put on hold.
Yeah. And it has been since like November of last year. Yeah. And so I'm anxious. Like
it's time to move that point of intersection closer
to the middle. Yeah. So we're definitely planning a lot of adventures. If not this fall, next year, I just think we'll probably leave in March and not come home again until maybe November.
I like it.
So
Russell asks, do we still sell the full hoop red lights?
Yes, Russell, we can get those for you. There are a couple other companies making them now that have done a better job with controllers and whatnot. Ours are just stupidly bright for air shows. If you want them, just email me and I can get a set put together for you. Ross is the king of building these things out.
Related question from Kevin Kimfly. Are we working on a new strobe or satisfied with the current product?
We're never satisfied. Ever. And I mean that legitimately. For the moment we bring something to market, we're trying to find things that we can make better about it. We have been talking to Alex Huff, who's the designer of the North Star, to do some potential changes. And we have another strobe idea that we're working on with some developers as well. Not sure exactly what we're going to do yet. Not sure exactly. Right now, I mean, the product works really well, but the market's always advancing. And we developed something that was molded, that was designed to be mounted on a helmet or on the cage, that worked really well. And now, like, what's his name? Chip Hunter has really nice strobes that are they're 3D printed, but they're affordable, and they put out almost as much light as ours. So, I'm all about like more power to the people who are helping push this forward. So we're always looking at new things to do. I wanted to put a radio in it, a GoPro in it. I wanted to make it Bluetooth so you could play music. I tried, like, you name it, we came up with different ideas. So.
American F3A asks, what's your protocol for international students with the whole COVID situation? To my knowledge, we do not currently have any international students in the lineup. So that would definitely be a conversation piece if that were to come up, of what is the wisest course of action there. But has not been a conversation yet. Has not needed to be a conversation yet. So
it really depends on where you're coming from.
Tell.
And what the health situation is, what the government's outline is. If they're saying you have to do a 2-week quarantine before you come. We had a gentleman who had to cancel class because he was coming from Alaska.
Reschedule.
And he had to reschedule. He was coming from Alaska, and his village was requiring that anyone who came on the plane, they were only accessible by bush plane.
So we were asking for 2 weeks quarantine before you come for class. So 2 weeks quarantine, 2 weeks for class. And then he was going to need to quarantine 2 weeks when he got home. So that was 6 weeks. That's a long time.
That's a long time. So we're like, dude, you don't have to do that. Like, we'll be happy to reschedule you. No worries.
Another time. James Parker says, hi, I'm participating in the training class starting July 11th. Yay, James! I'm 36, 150 pounds, and out of shape.
Sounds like me.
What should be my workout goals over the next month? Today I backpacked 25 pounds for 2 miles, jog, walk intervals.
Nice.
Sounds like a good start.
That's excellent. Like, that's pretty exceptional, honestly. When I first started paramotoring, I was 26, 6'4", 192, 193 pounds, super skinny fat, like the king of skinny fat. I lost 22 pounds my first year. What I would encourage you to work on is flexibility of your shoulders. How far can you push your shoulders back? Yeah. Work on your, I don't know what they're called. The ligaments in your groin. Stretches.
I don't know what they are either. Do some lunges, man.
Lunges help. Squats help.
Do some lunges, do some squats.
Honestly, doing some yoga is a great plan. Working on flexibility. There is a video you'll receive called Bromance that kind of walks through some of the things you can do. My buddy Marcus put together that walks through some of the things you can do.
Yeah. Brian Waller says he definitely would have been the cook for our class. He could fry some turkeys for sure. Oh, Brian's Thanksgiving turkeys were amazing.
Brian, I feel like we're going to have you back for November, brother. I mean, November's coming. 1 year.
And Derek says that his dad is thinking about the Pennsylvania class. That would be awesome.
Derek, that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Somebody said that they really miss Kate. That's all. No, we miss Kate too. We feel I don't know. It's one of those tough things where you know that someone's happier and they're doing what they want to do and they're like with family and that's really important to them. So you don't want to say anything negative like, oh, we miss them so much and we wish they'd come back. Because reality is we're happy that she's happy. Oh, that was exciting. What was that?
That was my
Oh.
wine.
No, Kate's working with her family now and she's really happy and we're happy for her. So...
Kolkati asks about the ozone oxygen on the website. Can't find it. And how does it fit you?
At 6'4", it is snug. All the straps are completely loosened, and it does work. But it is snug for sure.
Vertical Lines ask how Navid and Pasquale are in easily.
I have not talked to Pasquale since like April, but I talked to Navid frequently, they're doing really well. They're back to work at Fly Products. They're happy. Life is good.
Yeah. Is the Aviator strobe on sale?
I think that we're out of stock on North Stars, or very close, but I believe that the Wingtip strobes are on sale.
Yeah.
Dave talked about an important message. Dave, so the message is this. This is coming from anybody who's looking to come to the poker run on Saturday morning here in Florida with the PPG Gorilla crew. The poker run has been postponed until the following Saturday, June 13th, due to weather. So we had a great time last year. They went to from Wauchula to Avon Park to Lake Wales.
It was so much fun.
It really was. I got to zip around like 100 paramotors in my airplane. I had a great time. We had a barbecue at the shop. This year it's from Wauchula to Avon Park and back, which we're very disappointed about. We really wanted to come back to Lake Wales, and we're very sad. But we're excited. So June 13th instead, guys, if you are looking to do the poker run, it has been delayed. Apologies.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer.
All right. Oh, Kristen Solano in the house. Hi, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen. I got to give a shout out to Kristen. Kristen and Allie and Chris they picked up so much slack in the last 2 months. I am so blown away by how they've been working.
Yeah.
And Kristen's married to Drew, who runs our school in Denellen. And the amount of like stress, and they've moved in the last month. They've done so much. Like, I'm so proud. I'm so honored. Thank you, Kristen, for everything you've done. I freaking miss you, and I miss Kristen hugs. It needs to happen soon. So I want to have all you guys down for dinner sometime after this class is over, so that you can have like decompression time, and then before the next class maybe.
Yeah. Matt says he would love to swing down for the Pennsylvania class to see and fly with everyone. Is it open for previous students to stop by? Excellent question. I don't have an answer for that.
Yep, absolutely. 100%. We're renting a private airport, and which changed. We were supposed to be at a Class Delta airport that shifted, so we're going to be at a private airport called Jersey Shore Airport, and we would absolutely welcome anyone in the Aviator family, 100%. Kakalte says it's a half an inch taller. One thing, so I'm 6'4" with a 32-inch inseam, so I'm all torso. So that's why a lot of harnesses are much more snug on me, and a lot of airplanes are much more snug on me, because I'm all torso. So
not all, but largely.
So John DeJong says John DeYoung asks, are wingtip strobes legal after dusk? Probably not in a black wing. You can mount your wingtip strobes to your cage or to your helmet. We actually keep a wingtip strobe mounted on all of our student units, and it is visible for well over 3 miles. So in the U.S., Jean DeYoung, yes, totally legal. I'm not sure what the legality is in Canada.
That's true. I think we're all caught up for now. So if you had a question that we missed, post it again while Eric takes a breath.
Hey, we're 30 minutes in, and we've got really good engagement, so I'm not upset about this.
No,
this
lots of great questions. Lots of great questions. Just I feel like I probably missed some. We were behind for a little bit, so. I'm going to take a breath, too.
Derek says his father's really hoping for a Pennsylvania 2021 class.
Never say never.
Hey, we actually, the majority of our interests have come from 4 states so far. So we're going to keep following on to those states and see which ones have the most interest. We may do a Western Pennsylvania class because there's a lot of people interested there as well. So
Brian Chasteen says he's on the books for June 13th at X35. Are we going to see you there? You'll definitely see Eric there.
Brian, are you bringing your
Probably
airplane?
not me.
Are you bringing your airplane? Because I want to fly your airplane. If you bring your airplane, I will come. Deal? Deal?
Sounds like a deal.
He's got a sweet RV.
Yeah?
Yeah, Brian's got the sickest RV, and he works for Bush's
right.
Beans.
That's right.
I feel like, so we recently discovered, what's the one that we like so much? The Bush's Beans, it's the black can.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The bean medley thing. It's delicious. Anyway, we just.
I love that you have a bean preference.
I have a bean preference.
A favorite style of brand of beans. I love that about you. That's awesome.
I'm a simple man. What can I say? No. Brian Waller, I got that and commented on it. All right, Slow Days asks you, are you guys working on a garden?
The kids and I do a very, very low-key vegetable garden. So in Florida, I don't know where you are, Slow Days, where you're located. In Florida, it's really hot during the summer and hard to grow too much of anything. So we have kind of like an early fall. Winter gardens are great. Right now we have in our gardens, I'm growing jalapenos. That is consistently the best thing that I grow, that gives the most yield with the least amount of effort and bugs. So the jalapenos go well. Collards go really well. Eric and I like collards. The kids do not like collards.
They don't like collards or cabbage. It's kind of sad.
Also, the funny thing is our kids will not eat tomatoes unless it's cherry tomatoes out of the garden. So I continually have cherry tomatoes in there. Other than that, I'm pretty low-key on the outside gardening thing. It's beyond me for now. I'm trial and erroring everything, and it's a lot of error. The error versus trial thing is not in my favor currently.
Not in Florida anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get to work on our long-term project, you never know.
You never know. Never say never.
You never know. So really quick shout out to our buddy Harley. Harley is in Washington. He's the 50X Challenge. He's on his 49th state right now, flying paramotors in all 50 states. And awesome. Harley is in Washington. He is actually on his way to Alaska soon. He wants to fly with, I think you said he wanted to fly with 50 people or 49 people in Washington. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, hook up with Harley. Super good dude. Super fun to fly with. He will make you giggle at least twice. And he's going to Alaska. He's going to be flying with my buddy Lynn up in Alaska. So
nice.
Yeah, I flew with.
Nice. Brian Chastain, I think he nailed it. Black Bean Fiesta, is that what you're thinking of?
That's the one.
He knows.
They're so good. If you
is that your favorite also, Brian?
Half a pound of bacon, crisp it up really hard, pull the bacon out, add Black Bean Fiesta, add some extra whatever beans you have, a whole bunch of sautéed onions, about two full bulbs of garlic sautéed, and then put your bacon back in. That's a meal, my friends. That's a freaking meal.
It is good. What is the furthest away a student has traveled to get training?
Probably Bangladesh. We've had Finland, Sweden, a whole bunch of other countries, but I think Bangladesh is probably the farthest.
There's something else. Vertical Line says, one question I didn't quite figure out was, would you prefer speed bar over adjusted trim for novice pilots? Only because speed bar would be released much faster than pulling trim in manually.
Honestly, it is a question of the wing itself, which wing you're flying. I think you're on a Mojo. It does not matter with that wing. The range of travel is so small. It really depends on the glider. It really does.
009 says he would be interested in training if we came to Raleigh, North Carolina. There's an airport in Louisburg that is PPG friendly.
Well,
good to know.
009, send an email. Check out the newsletter we sent today at 11 a.m. And do your best to see if you can put something together. Basically, we're asking people to find a few friends who want to kind of create the nucleus of a class. Yeah. If you can bring 3-4 friends together who want to create the basis of a class and you have a location in mind. We are working on a location in North Carolina that is very promising for a incredibly special, very different paramotor training / something else. I can't talk about it yet. There's NDAs involved. But it gets us right back to that adventure stuff we're talking about, which is so important. We want to be sharing the adventure with you guys. So cool stuff. Roadster 3. Either way, I would recommend using trims, frankly, Mark. That's using trims on that wing. It's designed to be used with brakes all the way, with the trims all the way out, no issue. And speed bar adds an additional element of pressure, not to mention the fact that your legs will be shaking after about 30 minutes of holding it. So choose your conditions wisely. That's the most important thing.
Nice. I think we're all caught up again.
Oh, Austin Lindbergh. Let's see. I got to scroll up a little bit. Austin Lindbergh says, I live in St. Petersburg and just ran across you and plan to join soon. Austin, right on, dude. We actually have class spaces available June 13th in Lake Wales. Sorry, Dunellen. And I think it's June 20th in Lake Wales. We're full. July 11th, we have space. So awesome. If you're local, reach out to Kristen. You can reach her at Kristen, CHRISTIN, TAN, at aviatorppg.com, or just me, Eric, at aviatorppg.com. We'll help you get set up right away. We'd love to make it happen for you.
Do you want to break?
No, I want to point out the fact that there's this massive fight that's about to break out between David Trout and
You mean Derek Trout?
David Trout and Brian Chastain about Duke's beans versus the other one. I just said
Bush's?
it. Bush's beans. Like,
oh dear.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, Brian, on this one, I'm with you. I'm sorry, David. Dukes are all right, but you can't beat Bush's beans.
All right, let's talk about radios. Crazy Uncle Bob asks, what ATC band radio do you recommend for the deluxe helmet, and why?
So if you're looking for an ATC band that you can use just to chat with your friends, generally 123.45 is the standard. You're looking at for a frequency that's not used by airports. And so I would recommend that you reach out to any GA pilot. They can walk you through Jumbo. There's a whole bunch of different, frequencies that you can utilize that aren't a Unicom freak, that aren't an ATIS freak or an AWAS freak that you can use to talk to your friends. We use 123.45 because it's simple, and on handhelds, particularly when we're on the ground talking to the air, the range is very, very short, and we're not interacting with anybody else. We're not messing up anyone else's actual work.
Rocket7700 says, based on motor and glider lifespan, fuel, plus maintenance and repairs, what would be a fair estimate of the actual cost per hour to operate a paramotor?
The only thing you're missing is resale value. So if you add resale value into it, it completely changes the algorithm. If you're looking at just motor, cost, like the maintenance, fuel, etc., you're looking at around $8 an hour, $8 to $10 an hour for maintenance and motor usage. You add in glider degradation and UV, depends on if it's morning or evening. We have gliders with over 500 hours on them that have had zero issues whatsoever, because they've only been flown morning and evening, sunrise and sunset, so there's very little UV issue. But if you're flying midday or you're doing lots of kiting midday, you're going to spend more. If you estimate the life of a glider, it used to be 300 to 500 hours. My expectation now is that the technology's improved to the point now where you could probably get a lot more hours out of your wing, but I'm not a glider expert as far as repair and maintenance, so I don't want to speak to exactly what I believe it's able to have happen. I think that you could probably get a lot more out of your glider than 300 to 500 hours now, as long as you take good care of it. So, yeah. Okay, so he gets his beans directly from Duke, which is the Bush's beans.
I had never heard of Duke's beans.
I don't know.
Really confused. I was like,
there's lots of bean
Duke
companies.
is the dog. Have you not? I'm gonna be sending you so many Bush's commercials later.
We don't have TV.
Duke, they're on YouTube, man. Okay.
Fobio wants to know what he missed. Fobio, you missed out the epic bean conversation of life.
George says hi.
Nice to see you, George. Freaking miss you, and we need to catch up and get you a one wheel. Let's make it happen. I owe you. Freaking owe you.
Oh, that beautiful bean footage! Yes. All right.
I want to. Daniel Jones asked if I've ever had baked beans on toast. No, I'm not British.
I was gonna say I think that's a very British thing.
He's British.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't care for baked beans on their own, so I don't know that I would try it on toast.
No.
I mean, I would if someone gave it to me, but I don't, of my own volition, I don't think I would choose that. Kokadi says, just curious, I noticed some people get bothered by paramotors. Example, a part getting closed for Tucker. Do you find it common that people get bothered by the noise? Yes and no.
Depends on where you are.
Depends on where you're flying, where you choose to fly.
Yep.
And how you choose to conduct yourself as you're flying and when you're not flying.
I choose to believe, especially if I'm flying in the morning, if you're flying sunrise, I immediately assume that every house in it has a newborn child that hasn't slept in 3 months, that finally fell asleep 10 minutes ago.
That was our life for like 6 years straight.
It was. So when I assume that and try to avoid generating noise around any other people, places, or settlements, it makes a big difference. It allows us to have a great relationship with our town. In addition to that, we try to work really hard to not just be the annoying guys who buzz around in the morning. Our company sponsors Little Leaguers, wrestling teams, you name it. If there's something in Lake Wales or even surrounding communities that we can be of assistance to, we want to help. And it's not a lot of money. Like, actually, we need to reply to that one. A cheerleading team recently reached out to us, and they need $100. $100 to help them out. $300 would make us a platinum sponsor. It's not a ton of money, but by being a great friend to these small organizations that are nonprofits, it allows us the opportunity for them to recognize that we're real people, not just those annoying guys who fly around.
Yeah.
And I encourage that to any group of pilots who has a consistent flying spot. Find a way to be a benefit to your community. If you can be a benefit to your community, you're going to be able to fly there for a long time because they're going to be going to bat for you, not against you.
Yeah. Vertical Lines asks if we've ever both flown together. We have. It's not much fun because I'm real slow.
We're getting you a new wing. It'll be okay.
Real slow. Oh, it jumped again. Quack says, in your opinion, what would be the best bang for your buck with a motor and glider? I know that he's not a current pilot. Has been interested. He said this in an earlier comment. Has been interested since he was a kid, but hasn't trained yet. So I'm assuming, Quack, that your question is for a beginner.
So, Quack, the answer is this. We highly encourage, and Stephen Fletcher's in the chat. Fletch is a fellow Britishman there with Daniel Jones. He'll tell you the same thing. All of our instructors will. Don't buy anything until after your training is complete. The reason for that is because there's so much you don't know about yourself as a pilot yet. Do you have the physical stamina to take a heavier motor? Do you have the desire to fly long distances? Do you have the desire to do aerobatics eventually? All of those things will come to you through training and help you really make an educated-based, like an experience-based decision versus a marketing-based decision. And that's such a crucial difference. That's why we try not to sell equipment to students before they come. Yep. Like in this class, we had 3 pilots who bought their equipment before they came because they're part of a government agency and they needed that to happen. But it's just very different. So I highly recommend that you get through training and then buy your equipment. It'll make a lot more sense and save you a lot of money.
Yeah. Crazy Uncle Bob would like to specify that he asked about equipment and not frequencies.
It's the ICOM ICA16-B. It's on, if you go search ICOM ICOM on our store, it's available there for the same price as Amazon, which is $230 below MSRP if we have any in stock. So check it out and go for it.
Craig, you missed a lot of conversation about beans.
You did.
So
you missed the beans.
Yeah. Jamie Stotts asked an interesting question. I'm also curious about the answer for this, Jamie. For Eric, are wingsuits included in the list of all the things that should be flown?
Jamie, I would love to fly a wingsuit. It's on my bucket list of things that I would really like to do. However, I have lost a lot of friends to wingsuits, including some very, very close friends, very dear friends. And so as much as I would like to fly wingsuits, it's not in my risk profile right now. It's just, I don't see it being in my risk profile possibly ever.
Yeah. Kristen mentioned earlier, and there has been some conversation in the chat about the ladies class, October 3rd. October 3rd. If you or a lady that you know and care about is interested in paramotor training, hit up Kristen for that info. Should be a fun class. This
class is for females only is the goal. We currently have a lot of seats. I think we have 6 seats left in this class. There's only 2 people signed up for it. It's for ladies only, and the money's going to go to a charity. A big portion of the proceeds and the profits are going to be going to a charity to support women who have dealt with sexual abuse, particularly children who have dealt with sexual abuse. So
as a child.
Yeah. So it's a really big deal to us. It's a personal mission for us, and we are really, really emphatic that it's something that we want to support.
Yeah. Reese's Big Adventure asks, when is the next fly-in near Florida? I don't know that one.
I don't know either. I mean, the next one is June 13th is the next get together. That's the poker run. Just changed the dates.
Yes.
So
in Wauchula, Florida.
To Avon Park and back is the poker run. It should be fun.
Yeah. Vasily asks how to prepare his wife for her training.
I can't answer that.
Man. In some ways, I feel like it was similar to childbirth in that there wasn't really anything that could have mentally prepared me. Physically, just staying physically active, stretches. I didn't feel like the stretches were as important for me as it seemed that
You were the
was
most limber person
for,
on the planet.
Well, that's true. So stretches would be good.
She can grab her toes with her elbows.
That's not true.
It's
I can't
impressive.
Do that. I can't do that.
It's pretty close though.
Okay. Yeah, but that and just mental preparation that it'll be tough. It'll be tough, but she can do it. And your support for her as she goes through it will be really imperative, whether you are close physically or a phone call away.
They're learning together.
Awesome. Oh, that's even better.
And they have a 1-year-old.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, this is going to be a great adventure for you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
It's definitely a challenge, and there will be times that you want to quit, and it's just a choice to be bigger than your fear, to be bigger than your pain, to be bigger than you are right now, and choosing to continue to go through the process. It's a big deal.
Yes, and kiting ahead of time. David Trapp pointed that out. A roadrunner before training, kiting ahead of time definitely can be helpful. Excuse me. Vertical Lines asks, have students ever self-taught and then decided to arrive?
Oh, yeah. We retrain, I'd say, somewhere between 10 and 15% of our students have been trained somewhere else or self-taught, and then they come to us. It's very, very frequent that, sadly, they have a bad experience somewhere else and they come see us. So we are thankful to be able to help them actually get there and get in the air the way they want to.
We discussed this earlier, but Phobio asks, if the kiting wing is rated for flight, it is not rated for flight.
American F3A
says it all over.
How do I convince my dad that parameters are actually fun to fly? Actually fun to fly? Haven't watched some videos, my friend.
Yeah.
Safe to fly. Have them go through the statistics at footflyer.com or usppa.org. Slow days.
And or tandem.
Yeah, take them on tandem.
Yeah, take them on tandem. I mean, maybe not you personally if you're not,
Reset, prove it.
Oh, sorry.
Reset, prove it. What are we proving, Reese? I don't know.
I know. I have questions. Oh, probably about... I can't prove it because I can't do that. So, never mind. All right. Where
are we planning to restock the Aviator Altitude shirt? Altitude is everything shirt. Yes, slow days. We are.
That's a good one. I like that shirt.
It's actually my favorite color shirt right now. So we are getting more because mine's getting worn out after wearing it probably 300 times in 3 months somehow.
All right. I think we're caught up again for now.
Very, very nice.
So, again, if we missed anything, drop it in the chat.
Mark says, I look forward to seeing the original studio once again, but when Nell plays us out, it is priceless. Yes.
Aww.
Agreed. We're going to be in the studio next week. Not sure about the following. Not sure about the time yet. We will definitely be missing Nell playing us out, though. I'm going to miss having her here because she makes it easier.
Twisted Ocean says he's headed to Midwest PPG in August and assuming he made a good decision. Timing was off for our 14-day program and he didn't want to need to leave early. So
you're going to have a great experience. Dave and Matt are some of my favorite people in the entire paramotor community. They're incredible instructors. I have tried time and again to get them just to let us be partners. Like I love those guys. I truly do. They do have a different timeline as far as the way they do classes. I hope that the weather works well for you. We do 14 days just because we want to make sure that we have a weather window for everyone. We finish ground school by day 6 to 8. And then after that, it's just waiting the weather. So right on, Dave. We'll see you next Tuesday. Perfect. Eric Sheridan asked, did the price of the Spider 3 drop? No, sir. It's still the same price.
I think Dave should bring a harmonica on Tuesday and play everyone out.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. I don't know if he plays harmonica, but he should definitely bring a harmonica.
Jaw harp.
Play everyone out. Yeah.
Jaw harp instead. Just a little.
I like it. I like it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Perfect. Right on.
Sunday through Sunday. Dave's here. Awesome.
Any other questions from you guys? We're almost an hour in. If there's not any more great questions coming through, we'll kick it off to the after show, where we're going to test the audio to see if it does not create a echo, and we'll just both talk on Zoom. Try something new. Trying something new. Dave can play a kazoo. I've heard that about you, but I heard it in a really intimate, weird way, and I wasn't sure what I felt about that.
Oh my gosh. So if there's not kazoo Tuesday night, then everybody can just blame Dave. That's what I heard. That's what I heard happen right then.
How much cash do you have to pay off your kids to be silent during the live stream?
You must not be here every week because they are not always quiet during live stream. No, we plan this for 8 p.m. Eastern because our kids are in their rooms in bed for reading light time at 7:30. So that gives us a 30-minute buffer time to ideally manage anything that needs managing between 7:30 and 8.
And oftentimes they're still out here.
Yeah. But they were really, really tired tonight. We had a long day and they're real tired. We went hiking this morning and they spent like 4 hours out in the yard in the sun today. So they were tired and it went well for us tonight.
Yes, tonight has been great so far. We'll see how it continues. Truth Hurt says, I plan on starting training next week with Aerobatics. Aerobatics is not an alliance partner. It's owned by my buddy Troy Hartman. I like Troy a lot. He does not do the training. At least that's what I've heard from all the people that we've trained through them. Nice guy. I have no experience with their training. I have no experience with their training program. They do not use our syllabus. They don't have access to that. So I don't have an answer for you there. But Truth Hurts, we are looking at doing a class. It probably won't be until late fall, depending on our schedule here. Somewhere in that area of the world, a few hours from there. Mm-hmm. It is on the list. It is one of the places we want to train. It's not confirmed yet, but I can't speak to their training. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I wish I could say it's awesome and you're going to be happy. I don't have experience with this training because I know that Troy does not teach anymore. Troy has twins and he is a family man and taking care of the bills. So
yeah. PPG Gorilla asks about Kit Fox news.
Yeah, so the engine's mounted. It was actually mounted back in February, and we have more of the instruments have gone in, all the wiring's gone in for all the lights and everything else we have to put into the airplane. We're about to put the antennas in for the radios and everything else. That said, it's kind of on hold right now.
Yeah.
So it's running, it's ready to fly except for covering and a windshield.
Priority, and that's okay.
So we're waiting. The video for the engine install, Dan has been working on it. I got to see the first 12 minutes. It's amazing. It's going to be a long video because it's really detailed, and I'm so excited to see the rest of it. I really am. Craig Taylor asks, can I land a Malibu twin engine at X07? If you can find a Malibu twin engine, I'll be very impressed because the Malibu is a single engine Piper. I mean, if you put a paramotor in the back, I guess that technically makes it a twin. But yes, you could totally land that at Lake Wales. Plenty of room.
Oh, man.
Dave. You gotta read Dave's. That's hilarious.
Which one here?
This one.
This one. Oh, Dave asks if I've signed up Eric for a refresher course with Chris yet.
You know what's funny?
I'm going to need a refresher course. Are you kidding me? I'm so scared.
What's funny is I've had months off before. This is the first time since I broke my back that I've had months off. But I recently got access to the footage of my first flight back, which was, I think, 2 months and a week after my accident.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be putting together a video of that very soon for you guys. So I'm really excited to bring that in because that needs to happen. It really does. So really excited. Wesley Castor, good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Truly excited.
BGNH says he's not sure that Craig Taylor could land a Chevy Malibu.
That's actually a solid point. I've seen Craig land. Although he does have one faulty gear leg. So
he makes it work.
He does. Better than me. Guys, thank you for hitting like. Thank you for being a part of this adventure with us. I'm so unbelievably thankful to have an internet connection that's dropped 29 frames in an hour and 5 minutes.
It's a miracle.
That's like less than a second of footage has been dropped. This is
freaking tastic.
We may have to start doing the podcast here just because the internet's better, and we pay. I think we're spending almost $600 a month at the shop. Eric Sheridan, I did see all your comments about Google Fiber. I still hate you. Thank you. Yeah. So super excited. Mike Tiffy's here. Mike. Good to see you. Truth Hurts, I'll have to get that corrected, my friend. It should be a dealer map, not an alliance map. My apologies. I'll get that corrected. Mike, I got to talk to you soon. I want to see, do you have any neighbors that have space available? I don't particularly want to be in Tennessee, but I want a place I can paraglide from home. That's part of the mission for a summer place for us to make cool videos. So, yeah. Crazy Uncle Bob says, can I land the Antonov 225 at Lake Wales? Once. You can do it once.
You
No
can do
doubt.
anything once.
What did Rocket say?
Rocket7700 says he got here late. And have we said anything about the audiobook?
No. So our tenants in our guest house moved out 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Sure.
And Nell has been repainting, and my office room is ready. I was trying to record it in the bus, and the AC was way too loud.
So loud.
And so now I'm going to move my desk this week so I can have the entire studio set up upstairs, and I can be ready. Guys, to record the audiobook. It's time. I want to do it.
It's
so
time.
It will happen.
It is time. Vertical Line says you're too comfortable at home. Well, is it too comfortable or is it just happy? I mean, come on.
It's honestly like this has been the most challenging, most beautiful time in our marriage and our lives, I think.
Yeah. Kolkati asks if you ever wanted to be an airline pilot. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I did. I wanted Air Force Academy, fighter jets for 10 years, and then airlines after that, because at that point they were making $400,000 a year, and it sounded like a really nice, easy life. My uncle was working friggin' 4 or 5 days a month and making great money, and it would allow me to keep flying the fun stuff I enjoyed flying. So.
Yeah. Nick asks if there's anything special for the Pennsylvania class, and I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Anything
Can
special?
you clarify?
Oh, he's asking if the timeline's different. Long story short, no, the timeline is not different. How do I explain it? Like, basically, it's going to be a normal class, so it should be good. Wesley, you do need to come learn to fly with us, my friend. Please send me a message. I'll help get you set up. We have classes available now. We used to have a 1 to 3 year backlog, and now we have classes available as soon as 2 weeks from now. So hit me up, brother. Guys, we're not leaving. We're going to do an after show. Good night, Gorilla. Great to see you. If you guys want to be a part of the after show, I'm going to share the Zoom link in just a moment. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. If you're watching this or listening to it after the fact, please try to join us Tuesday nights between 6 and 8 p.m., somewhere in there. We usually start. We'll see how things go as we get into more flyable weather and later sunsets. So I'm going to stop the recording. We'll see the listeners later. But for everybody else who's here right now, if you guys would like to join the Zoom call, leave a thumbs up or a high five or something in the chat. I'm going to share the link right now. I'm trying to keep this short because we've been up way too late, guys. Like, way too late, up way too early. It's been an experience. Yeah. So, Eric Sheridan, I expect you to come show off your incredible Google Fiber. Will Nell ever do an SIV? Maybe. Yeah. And then we will play you guys out at the end of the show. I promise. I'll let Nell play you out. So I'm going to bring up I put the link in the chat. You guys are welcome to join in there. And I'm going to get the waiting room off. Here we go. Matt's in here. Let me switch this.
Up. I love it.
They might not be able to hear him properly because you never know if that's going to work or not. Let's see here.
That's fantastic.
Zoom split. Guy T, you got crazy background noise, brother. Nice to see you. Crazy background noise. Sorry, I had to mute you.
Sorry.
No worries, man. No worries. So, guys, hop into the after show if you like. Matt, good to see you. Guy, welcome. For everybody who's been here, Rocket, nice to have you. You guys are welcome to ask questions, etc. here as well. We're happy to help. Always. So, yeah, Dusty Cowdog, nice to have you. Daniel Jones, good night, brother. I hope to see you soon. Hope we can get that stuff happening. Derek, good night, brother. John DeYoung, thank you. Brian, great to see you, brother. We got a crew. JP Vitulo, the man of the hour. How's it hanging, buddy? No one's talking. I see how it is, guys.
Yeah.
I'm muted because you're still playing.
Oh, thank you for saving us the tragedy of that.
Yeah, I'll pause you.
Hopefully it doesn't create an echo on the chat. I don't know if this is working, and I'm going to play really quick and see if this is actually... Let's see. Nice. It worked. Uncle Bob. What's happening, buddy?
Driving again.
That man lives in a truck. Down by the river. Awesome. Slow night. It's all right, though. We went from like 180 viewers 2 weeks ago to 70 tonight. That's what happens when you have a one freaking night of crappy connection. Oh, our oven gets here tomorrow. 10:30 to 2:30. This is me helping my wife remember things that I forgot to tell her. You like that?
I'm sorry, between when?
10:30 to 2:30.
Okay. Yeah.
Bob, I see you talking, but we can't hear you, brother.
You don't want him to unmute.
Bob Garber's here.
Okay, here's the deal. For me to actually talk to you to actually understand what I'm saying, I have to switch from the Bluetooth to the device itself, and I can't hear you when it's on the device itself. So the truck is noisy. But anyway, thank you for answering the question about the radio. Expect my order for that either next weekend or the weekend after.
Right on, man. Absolutely. Anytime. We're happy to assist. You can't hear me, but you heard me. What's up, Doug? Doug, how you doing, buddy? All right. There we go. Now we got it set. Doug's here. Doug was here last night. We had our freaking our alumni call last night and had a good time. JP, you don't happen to do app development, do you?
No, I do not.
That's too bad.
That's,
Yeah, we're collecting them.
yeah, he's your guy.
Jeff?
Andrew Finnegan.
Oh, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew does good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, I still don't have that T-shirt. I still need one. Bob either lost weight or he cut his hair. I don't know. Something's happened.
It's hot down here and I'm sweating my butt off.
Well,
Nice.
quiet night. So if you guys have any questions or anything, hit us. We're here to serve you guys.
Hey Eric, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, bud.
All right, I got a question for you. So during the show, you mentioned, I think it was free 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
So I looked at it, and it's ambiguous to me, but it seemed like it's still for, aircraft to aircraft communication. But did I understand you say that you can use it between, two people flying PPG or?
So-
how's that-
It's an ambiguous answer because it's multi-parted. Sorry. The FAA does not use that frequency for any airports, which is great, right? So they don't use it for any airports. However, and this is one of the arguments that the Aviator Foundation uses for airports that require ultralight pilots to use a radio. All right. Ultralight pilots legally can't use AV band frequencies, according to the FCC. The FCC allows airplanes utilizing their N number. So when I make a call, I usually make a call red and white RV, turn on left base, or 10 miles out or whatever. Legally, I should say RV 7464 Bravo, inbound 10 miles out. That would be the legal answer because I'm using a call sign that identifies with me, and the FCC requires call signs. That's why ham operators have to have a call sign, right? So to use any AV band frequencies according to the FCC, which I've never heard of any action being taken against an ultralight operator from doing so, but legally, an airport can't require you to use a radio because they're forcing you to break the law. We use AV band primarily to monitor. We have tested using it to see if it's better than 2 meter, to see if it works better, for training purposes, because even though it breaks an FCC law, it is a safer option, right? So it's a double-sided answer. Basically, all airplane pilots, like when I'm up there flying with my buddies, we hop on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're flying formation. We're trying to find each other. there's no call signs. It's like, hey, I can't find you guys. Where the heck are you? I was trying to fly with these 3 pit specials, and there's these tiny little biplanes. Like, we're over the lake. And I was like, which lake? They're like, the big one. I'm like, I'm over the big lake. Where are you? And they were 5 miles south of me. I had no idea where they were. Right? So we basically gave each other content of where we were. Hey, slow down a little bit, speed up a little bit, that kind of thing. It is completely unprofessional on that frequency. So,
Eric, can I inject a little bit?
yeah, hit me.
They can't legally require you to have a radio to listen to them.
Right.
That is entirely legal. They cannot demand that you, as an ultralight pilot, talk to them. Only to listen. It's not really a bad idea.
I completely agree. I'll wait till you get to switch back. Hang on. I completely agree. It's not a bad idea. Legally, under Section 16 of their, if it is a publicly funded airport, they can call for economic discrimination. So legally, they can't force us to utilize an ab-band radio because that is economic discrimination. And if they're receiving federal funds, they can't do that. The airport manager may request it, etc. And again, don't be a dick. Be courteous. Be gracious. Buy a freaking $240 radio and listen, so you can be safer for you, if for nothing else. Be safer for you, right? But legally, it is not a requirement. And it's a super ambiguous thing because we have so many different layers of this. We've got the FCC saying we can't use them. We have the airport managers demanding that we use them. We have airplanes saying that we shouldn't use them because we don't know how to use them properly unless you're an aviator student. Like there's all these different levels to it. And at the end of the day, we just want to be safe. We want to be courteous. And that's really all there is to it. So.
Yeah, I know on Tower, he wants us to still announce, taking off and landing. So, I prefer to fly and listen anyway. But I'm looking at, it sparked my interest because I'm trying to simplify some of the crap that I have. It's like I'm a gear whore anymore. Earphones, sitting here, my cell phone first, the ab band second. That I don't use the 2 meters, and it seems like everybody's starting to use the whatever the app is on your phone. Of course, I fly alone most times, and I figure I think a cell phone for me anymore is plenty, and get rid of the Beophones.
I don't fly with the radio. Unless I'm in controlled airspace, I don't fly with the radio. Period.
Or unless you're flying with me.
Yeah, flying with her, flying controlled airspace, or flying for a photo shoot, video shoot. That's the only times I use a radio. I want to listen to music and chill out. That's my goal. But that's it's to each their own. If your airport manager is demanding it, I would absolutely agree and comply. However, I would also bring him a copy of the FCC's notice that you have to utilize an N number in every single broadcast in order to use it legally. And if you can't get it in a number, he's asking you to do something illegal, and he could be held liable for that. So it's not like hey, you can't make me do that. It's like hey, I'm happy to do it, but just so you know, here's how you're breaking Section 16 of your grant assurances and the FCC's regulations. Like it's a double-edged sword for them. Not for you. You're doing everything legal by not using one and by utilizing a public airport with grace and candor,
Yeah. We have the Maryland State Police fly out there too. They have their Chopper 5. And the one time that I launched, it wasn't even at the airport, but the field I fly over, I don't know, it's like in a main vein or something, but when I announced that I was going to be taking off from this distant field, it was within 10 minutes that Chopper 5 was kind of flying around. Something to do,
I guess. Freaking George is here. What up, George?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you, Judson. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. So in regards to the aviation band radios, my buddy Jeff has one that he can just key on the ground. He can't put it on his helmet or anything. But we found in experience with a little more crowded airports that if we just announce that there's powered paragliders in the vicinity, all of the pilots appreciate it like a lot. And
Oh, yeah.
Pilots come to us after the fact and be like, "Hey, thanks for just letting us know you're here."
That's what we use. I mean, when we're teaching, every instructor has an av-band radio announcing where everyone is. Anytime that someone's like, you hear an airplane coming in, immediately, FYI, we have 11, 14, 17 ultralight vehicles anywhere from 300 to 1,000 feet. Most of them are south of the airport. There are 2 north of the airport right now in this vicinity. You know, be advised, we'll help try to guide you in between them because they don't have comms. You know, we act like ATC.
My cat.
Yeah, you got a cat.
I'm putting my I just snuck in this little flight. It was ducking like crazy, but then it's not.
Did you get to fly?
Yeah.
You did flew late.
I just flew like super late to legal limit on my strobe. It was gusting like crazy all day, but it just ended up dying.
I voted yes on your Instagram post. I said that you were going to get to fly, so that was my fault.
Good job. I definitely flew.
For the radio question.
Yeah, Bob.
Just as my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm right outside of a municipal airport. I'm about 5 miles away, and we have ultralights flying in there from time to time. You'll hear on the CTIF, it's like blue ultralight, short final, blah blah. And the pilots appreciate it. Whether or not you have an N number or not, the pilots appreciate it. And a non-controlled airport, that's the go for it. Controlled airspace, it shouldn't be there anyway.
Well, controller space, you have to have it. You have to have permission. With the non-controlled, which actually there is no non-control. With a non-towered airport, you want to have it anyway. It's worth having. But again, it's just when you get in the position where you have an airport manager who's demanding it, they have to understand that they're demanding you to break the law. If you're willing to break the law, I'm all for it. I think all of us should break that law. Sorry, FCC. I hope that you don't mind me saying this because it makes us all safer. I think that the law is innocuous and it should allow for ultralight pilots to operate. But when an airport manager is being over the top, as ours was, which ended up ending in a legal battle, him leaving the city, not working for them anymore, like tons of trouble. When you have a belligerent person, it's important to be able to know what the law is to be able to back yourself up.
Unfortunately, I have my ham license, and I do have an N number.
There you go.
Technically, I can't. It's not in my band, but I can still get an N number.
Nice. George. How you doing, buddy? George disappeared. Every time I say hi to him, he disappears. Dadgummit. I miss you, George. Jeez.
I'm trying to figure out how to use this. I'm not really sure.
You got it now. It's because you never show up on Monday nights, man.
Awesome. Well, I will now.
My man. My man.
Good to see you guys.
You too, brother. You too. You and I need to catch up. Set your timer and call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow, man. Please. Please do.
Hi, Mel.
Hey, George.
We're eating popcorn.
We are. It's snack time. 9 o'clock rolls around. I need my snacks.
Oh my goodness.
Hams, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Eric. Just so you know,
Here we go. I got all these now.
strobe was really great underneath my beard.
I saw that comment, Bob. That's hilarious. I want to see that happen. For our Christmas parade, Dan put a whole bunch of Christmas lights in his beard, and we were riding one wheels, chasing our float in the Christmas parade. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's one parade I missed. I wish I would have been there.
Dude, that was so much fun. This year, it'll be even better. So you better be there. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I'm tired. She was up before me. So I won't shut you guys down. You guys are welcome to hang out and chat. No worries. But I am going to shut down the stream. To Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics, who just joined us. You guys need to check out his channel. He does cool stuff, and now he flies butt fans. So he just left a comment in the chat. Go check him out. He's posting his last paramotor training stuff tonight, actually. So you guys can get first on that. Check it out. Enjoy.
It's funny that you say that. I've already been watching that dude's stuff since it's obviously popped up. He makes fucking awesome videos.
He really does.
He makes fucking awesome videos.
Well, we're going to be visiting him in August, and you better come down, Matt. We're going to go have some fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming down.
Heck yeah. And Judson's coming down here in, I guess, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I should be here. I should be there on the 19th to the 20th. I'm gonna leave on the
Nice.
17th. I'm gonna try to shoot to get there a day early, but Yeah, I'll be there by the 20th.
Yeah, you got to be here by 9 a.m. on the 20th, so be here early.
Okay, I got you. You guys want to see something sad?
Always.
No.
This is Tucker's 3-blade E-prop.
No!
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I slipped on a launch and like blew up my
Oh.
pieced it back together yesterday. He's all good now. But
Shoot.
that's why you don't.
Why in his last video he's like, I switched back to the 4-blade. I don't know why, I just kind of did.
Yeah. But no, I actually blew up a prop. My strobe came off my helmet on touch and go because I was like jogging because it's on with Velcro, and it went through my original 2-blade prop, so that blew it up. So then I borrowed this 3-blade from Tucker, and then slipped on a launch and blew that up. So now I have to buy myself a new prop and Tucker a prop.
For what it's worth,
man.
our employees get dealer price, and secondarily, we have like 70 props in stock, so you're golden.
That's good. Johnson saved my ass on this one and is mailing 2 3-blade props to me, so I'm gonna be a 3-blade guy now.
Nice. You'll be one of those obnoxious, overly loud dudes. Like, I like the performance of a 3-blade, but I can't stand the sound. It's so annoying. And the 6-blade's worse. The 6-blade is just like, oh god. When Travis had the 6-blade, it was painful.
I can't imagine that spools up fast.
Nope.
It's gotta be heavy.
Nope, it's terrible. I didn't fly it, but I watched him fly it, and he's like, yeah, it'd be great for cross countries because it's like pretty efficient, but there's not much more thrust, if any, and it takes forever to spool up.
What's the advantage of having a 6-blade then?
It looks cool until you accidentally put a line in the prop and you trash it at Palm Bay.
Yeah, I mean the 3-blade seems to strike a balance between like responsiveness and like better performance. But we flew the 4-blade is like no better than the 2-blade, and it's just slower and louder.
Yep, and you gotta find that balance of noise, and that's the tough thing. Like you don't need more noise, you know, especially flying where you guys fly.
Felt like a stealthy little guy.
I don't know, like, I'd like to
You
try
wanna play?
a 3-blade. I hear they sound a little better with audio, but
They're so
I'm not
smooth.
sure if they have it. I don't know if they have it available for my motor is the problem.
But you gotta buy a motor made in the last century.
Hey, my motor's not that old.
What do you have?
An Air Conception AC 130.
The E-props probably need something.
They make a 4-blade.
Huh.
Yeah.
I want a 3-blade for my Atom. I heard one on the beach one day. It sounds like a straight up microwave, even more than they know.
Oh yeah. The 3-blade. The downside is with Vitarazi, if you add a blade, you lose your entire warranty. It's gone. So it's because they haven't tested it. Well, they just haven't tested it, and everything, like especially with the Atom. The reason why that Atom is so smooth and is so quiet is because they tested it for harmonic balancing, and it was, as far as I know, the first paramotor engine that did such an extensive test. But they worked with Helix for a really long time. Like if you put an E-prop on your Atom, the warranty is gone. The
Part of the warranty is gone.
what's that?
The difference
part of the
between
warranty,
the Helix and the E-prop on the Atom is significant in terms of vibrations.
Right. No, George, all of the warranty is gone. If you put all of it's gone, and that's why like we don't recommend, and people do it, and some of our clients do it, some of our customers do it, but like it is a warranty issue, and we don't want to see people, you know, putting themselves in that position. So.
You know they come with an E-prop already?
No, the Atom comes with a Helix. They couldn't find an E-prop that worked for the level of smoothness they were looking for.
Compared to the AC 130 I'm flying now, how much less power is that 80 going to have if I went to one?
It's about the same.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah, I mean it's probably within 5 pounds of thrust, one way or the other, depending on how your AC 130 is tuned. If you have a really strong 130, swinging a 130 prop, it's probably about the same. You might beat it with an 80. Honestly, the Atom is. I tell people the Atom has about 20% less than the Nitro.
Yeah,
I see they have that kit to put the Atom 80 on my frame. It's like, I'm thinking if my motor ever goes bad, I put an 80 on it.
Lemon?
Well, it depends on. No, thank you. It depends on if you have. Do you have a Ultra 130, or a hybrid, or a ultimate?
I think it's the ultimate. It's the race one. All titanium, carbon fiber, and titanium.
Pull start with clutch, E start with clutch, or no clutch?
Full start with clutch.
Okay, that'd be fine then. That'd be fine. Yeah, that's the hybrid.
You get different arms though, because it torques the other way.
No, with the clutch, it has a gearbox, so it'd be the same.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, my prop runs like an animated. It runs backwards.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine. George is playing with a dog. This is officially the best part of the show because cats suck. Sorry, Jetson.
That's all right.
This is Oliver.
Hi, Oliver.
Here goes Oliver.
JP's got the cat eater with him.
JP's like, arr. All right, I'm gonna let Nelly play you guys out, and we'll shut down after that. I'll just leave. You guys can hang out. I'm gonna I'll let Bob have the admin role on this thing. Bob Garber, you're the king.
Thanks, Nell.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks for coming.
Everybody be safe.
Strobe looks like under my beard.
You gotta show it. Show us, Bob. Show us.
You went.
This is gonna be fine.
Where's your strobe, crazy Uncle Bob?
He's trying to turn it on.
Oh, it's in the back. He can't show it right now. It's in the sleeper. All right, Nell's gonna play. We'll see you guys in a bit. Talk amongst yourselves if you like. I will shut down the stream side, and I'll see y'all later.
Everybody be safe.
Good night. See you soon. Bye, son.